Hello. This week, like many of you in the last few weeks and maybe to come, I was quite excited to receive this blue envelope. And as you can tell, I was quite excited to receive it because I have ripped it all open. And of course, you'll realise that the blue envelopes that say NHS Scotland on them contain information about your COVID vaccination appointment. And I was quite glad to get mine so soon. I was expecting it sooner due to a number of reasons, and I was glad to get it this soon, which is something I didn't quite expect. And there's lots that can be said about vaccines, but I personally think that getting the vaccine is a good idea, and it will be very helpful. In saying that, a lot of people are putting their trust in this vaccine, in that they're hoping that everyone will get jabbed by July or May. I can't remember now what the government's saying. It seems to change over time. And now some people are getting their second vaccination. And people are saying that after they get the vaccinations, hopefully both of them, things will return to normal. But is that what we want? Do we want to return to normality? And what is normal? Because things have been quite abnormal now for 11 months. Maybe we feel that the vaccine will just bring us the happiness that we had before. But maybe a year and a quarter later, after lockdown started, and it ends maybe in June, maybe July, maybe August, not quite sure, there will certainly still be restrictions afterwards. But I do feel that people are putting a lot of trust in the vaccine as a way of getting back to normality. I think we do have to put our trust in the vaccine for us to get a way of living again. But ultimately, we want to change things. The way that things were before weren't always the best. Sometimes we are looking for cures in all the wrong places. The Bible talks about a cure. In the book of Isaiah, in Isaiah 55, it speaks about God's coming and his coming again. Isaiah 35 verses 5 and 6. Then the eyes of the blind shall be opened, and the ears of the deaf unstopped. Then shall the lame man leap like a deer, and the tongue of the mute sing for joy. For waters break forth in the wilderness, and streams in the desert. The burning sand shall become a pool, and the thirsty ground springs of water. In the haunt of jackals where they lie down, the grass shall become reeds and rushes. And here it speaks about a real cure. It speaks about, in verse 5 it says, well, back at the end of verse 4 actually, behold, your God will come with vengeance. With the recompense of God, he will come and save you. A lot of people are thinking that this vaccine is going to save us, that it will save us in a temporal sense. But really, we need to put our trust in a God which has come to us in Jesus. And we've been told here that the eyes of the blind shall be opened, the ears of the deaf unstopped. All of these things will happen when we put our trust in God. We realise that Jesus is our true Saviour in all things and matters of life and death. And it's something for us to think about. What do we hope to achieve from receiving the vaccine? Hopefully seeing our loved ones, maybe going back to normality at work. Maybe being able to have a bit more normality in church and getting to sing again and sitting beside people and hugging people and things like that. But that's all temporal, that's a here and now and for our living. But if we want to think about our life as a whole, if we want to think about our life in the afterlife, after death, what happens after death, we have to look at the wider picture and think about what Jesus is saying to us. What is God saying to us about who and what we put our trust in? It's something for us to think about. Again, as I said, If you get your letter, you should go and get your appointment and get vaccinated. But also think about, what does it mean to have freedom? What does it mean for things to go back to normal? What things do we want to change? What things should remain? And what is important? These are big questions for us. It's hopefully likely come the summer, we'll see a greater return to normality, and back into the autumn and into next year, things will be normal. But do we want normal? Or do we want God's kingdom? And do we want God's values? And do we want God's salvations? I trust that these will be things that we can think about in this week and in these months ahead.